Okay, so picture this. A baby elephant, all full of zoomies, tried to make a dash across Washington's U.S. Route 101. But then, she never got back up. Talk about a gut punch, right? And honestly, what her mama did next? It legit stunned even the most seasoned rangers, for real. You gotta know, deep in Olympic National Park, one of the oldest temperate rainforests on Earth, no cap, life usually just vibes to its own natural rhythm. That is, until it slams right into our man-made roads. So on this super peaceful afternoon, a guy named Daniel, he's 28, just cruising his white van through this ancient wild realm. He's totally used to seeing wildlife from afar, you know? But high-key, nothing, and I mean nothing, could prepare him for the sheer intensity of what went down next. Look, before we dive deeper into this, if you're someone who believes in that fierce, unbreakable bond between a mama and her baby, and you just know deep down that sometimes a life lost to our carelessness can actually ignite some real meaningful change, then go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to MAGSMAN, and share this with anyone who really needs to see the ripple effect of our actions on the wild world. No kidding. Seriously, your support is fire and it helps us keep sharing stories that really connect us to life itself. So there's this mother elephant, just chillin', grazing on one side of the road, her giant, majestic self looking super peaceful under that golden sun. But then, out of nowhere, from the underbrush on the other side, her baby just popped out, ears flapping, trunk up, basically zooming straight for its mama. No hesitations, high energy vibes all the way. Daniel, he slammed that pedal to the metal, trying to stop. Tires screamed like crazy, but that van? Too fast, too heavy, you bet. And just like that, the baby collapsed right by the van's wheel. Silent. Still. It was like the whole forest just held its breath, frozen solid. Then, the mother turned. And what came next? Oh man, a trumpet. But not of rage, you know? It was pure, raw anguish. She charged that van, but it was heartbreak fueling her, no cap. Her tusk raked across the paint. Her trunk just battered the front end like she was trying to undo it all. She circled the van, her massive feet pounding the earth, pressing her head into that door like it was her fault. Then she nudged her baby, so gently, a low-key plea. Get up, please, get up. Her cries? Man, they just echoed through those ancient trees. Long, deep rumbles, so full of a pain that, for real, no human language could even touch. Daniel, he was shaken to his core, but physically okay, thankfully. He called the National Park Service Wildlife Unit faster than you can say elephant. Rangers got there pretty quick, keeping their distance, you bet. Mama elephant? She wouldn't leave her tiny one? Not for anything. But then, one ranger, someone who knew this herd well, with soft words and slow, steady steps, gently guided her away towards a nearby stream. Meanwhile, the little calf just lay there. No breath, no little twitch, just this profound, heavy silence. The rangers? Man, they could only lower their heads. Together, they dug a resting place right there near the road, under the shade of those ancient moss-covered trees. That tiny body was laid to rest, honored with wildflowers and a simple flat stone. The whole forest just watched, holding its breath in sacred silence.
Later on, the mother came back. Quiet now, her steps heavy, ears just drooped. The energy was just so overwhelmingly sad. She went up to that little grave, sniffed the soil, circled it real slow, then actually knelt beside it. Her huge body just sinking in pure sorrow, low-key crushing, you know. With her trump, she touched the earth again and again, like she was trying to feel her baby. And from her eyes, real tears, no cap, just traced lines through the dust on her face. She stayed there for nearly an hour, just rumbling softly. It was like her grief had found its own sound for real. Then, finally, she rose, and in a moment that was just, she disappeared back into the forest's gentle embrace. But out of that tragedy's wake, something shifted. Change followed. High-key big changes. They put up steel fences along the highway. Speed limits got cut way down. wildlife crossing signs popped up everywhere, like solemn warnings and silent prayers. Plans for underpasses and animal-safe routes started taking shape, championed by communities, conservationists, and local leaders. That's iconic, honestly. This story about a mother and her lost calf, it wasn't confined to the forest for long. The energy from it just rippled out, hitting classrooms, headlines, and just really grabbing hearts everywhere. Today, when you drive that route, folks slow down. They scan the tree line, always remembering. The van's long gone, but that marker, that heartbreaking memory, it still remains. And some say when the wind stirs just right, you can still hear a hush, a soft whisper, like a mother's final, lingering goodbye. It's truly a vibe. No cap, this wasn't just losing one life. This was a turning point, plain and simple, a moment that shifted everything. So if this story just hit you right in your feels, if it reminded you deep down that true empathy isn't just for people, but for every living creature, and that even when we face loss, there's this powerful, undeniable call to action for all of us, then please do us a solid, like this video, subscribe to MAGSMAN, and share it with anyone who's a true champion for conservation, someone who genuinely believes we humans can high-key change things for the better. Your support means the world, for real, and it helps us keep sharing these stories that remind us all about our shared responsibility to this incredible planet. Before we totally wrap this up, I'm genuinely curious. What specific action do you think could make the biggest impact when it comes to protecting wildlife right there in your own community? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. No cap, I read every single one.